What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Real quick, let's go over to Smackdown that happened this past Friday. Because I thought that was a pretty decent show of Smackdown that was held by the tag team that actually had some stakes to it. Okay, we had the Usos and New Day, and you know sometimes people be like, again, but honestly, when it comes to them two, I'm just like, they can have as many matches because all their matches turn out to be fucking good, and I don't understand how it is, but yeah. So let's just go for a quick recap because you said you didn't see Smackdown, right?
Nope.
So I'm gonna give you some things that happened on Smackdown. I actually want to get your opinion about certain things also, and because we also got a bit more of an outline of what Survivor Series is looking like. So we're done with the Raw versus Smackdown shit because people thought like, okay, well, is it still going to be Raw versus Smackdown, and then we do 2 War Games matches, or is it going to just be there's no Raw versus Smackdown at all? Thank God, we are over that gimmick. Because if you ain't gonna put nothing on the line, ain't got nothing for them to fight for, they don't need to be war. I think I like War Games to be the new gimmick for Survivor Series. What about you?
Yeah, I like it when you. I just hope it's one of those things where it don't get stale too quickly.
What you mean?
Like I wish it just would be Survivor Series, and then if it needs a War Games, then have it be a War Games. Like I don't want it to be like Hell in a Cell or TLC where, you know, as soon as we get here, we already know somehow, some way, 5 people gonna team up with 5 people, and we need it. You know.
Yes and no, because the thing about that is, I like it. The reason why I say I like it that way is because War Games is like their new Survivor Series match, like the 5-on-5. Because you know, every time Survivor Series come, it's the 5-on-5. That's what their concept of it is. War Games.
You know, I'm saying I don't mind that. What I'm saying, if you're gonna have a War Games, I don't. If you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna do Raw SmackDown this year or whatever, cool. But I don't want it to be like, oh, now we gotta find 5 people to team up to go against these 5 other people because storyline purposes. I'm like, if you don't already have it, or if it's not already planned out, even though Triple H is doing it, but if you don't already have that and played it, I'm like, you might as well just not do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it, but it's kind of like how they did it in NXT. Like every year, it was like when it got to NXT War Games, we knew that in November it was going to be War Games, and that's how they did it in WCW every year. Back in the 80s, it was I forgot which pay-per-view it was, but back in the 90s, the late 90s, it was Fall Brawl. Every time we got to the fall, they start doing the war or the triple cage bullshit. But you know the War Game style thing. I don't think it'll be a tired concept because that will be something that it's not a match that requires. This is something like when a feud gets big, you need like a team to take it out. It's a 5-on-5, like Survivor Series is a 5-on-5, but it's going to be instead of a elimination match, it's a War Games match. Having that once a year is fine with me, opposed to having a Hell in a Cell at a pay-per-view and doing 3 Hell in a Cell matches, plus try to do another one some most time during the year when you having like 4 or 5 Hell in a Cell matches in 1 year. That's overkill. And same thing when it comes to like elimination. Like I think the elimination chamber needs to be something where when it requires it, you can do elimination chamber. But War Games is like that will be the new Survivor Series concept. I'm kind of cool with that. But first off, SmackDown starts off with the Usos taking on the New Day, and nobody going in this matchup felt that the New Day had a chance to win this match. This matchup, and obviously the New Day was trying to stop the Usos from being their streak because come Friday the Usos at 481 days, and if they beat them, Come Monday, they'll be at 480. Was it 484, 485? Which where they will beat the New Day's record. So they're trying to stop them from doing that. So that's what the story was going on for the match. So they had some stakes in the matchup, and the matchup was 30 minutes good. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Whew.
What? You okay?
30 minutes. I didn't know it was 30 minutes.
Well, you got to include commercials. Okay.
Yeah.
From when the bell starts, the bell ends. It's like a 23-minute match. Okay, but we kick off SmackDown with it though. So I thought that was a good choice to kick off SmackDown with it. It really started getting interesting where, the New Day hit a midnight hour on the outside on the floor to Jey Uso. Then they came back in and hit a midnight hour to Jimmy Uso in the ring, and that was a damn close near fall. Then Jay came in and broke it up.
I think the new Day is at a very stale point here.
Okay, I'm listening. Explain.
Yeah, the very stale. Have you seen what Kofi is wearing? Have you seen what Kofi is wearing? He don't care no more right now. This man's wearing shorts, gloves, a hat, a headband. This man don't care right now. But no, I feel like they just they haven't been doing nothing. The stuff they have been doing, it just haven't worked. And they're not the same. Like they've been the same New Day since 2015. Literally not changed at all.
No,
not to say that you got to go.
I'm not gonna say because 2015 they was heel.
You know what I mean, but I'm saying they don't have to be healed. I'm saying they would have been the same, like ice cream and booty and all. I'm like, you could change it up a little.
I think the New Day has been the same since 2017. Because
still,
yeah, I mean, still, and I do believe, and I also think them losing Big E hurt, but I also think that they do need a little refresher. I think turning them heel again would be cool.
Turning them heel to I understand you want to put more tag teams in the forefront. That's cool, but the last thing I remember notable that New Day did was Kofi Mania, because even when Big E won the belts, they all had the belts at the same time, but they all wasn't New Day at that time.
Yeah.
So Big E had his belt and he's on his show. New Day has their belts and they're on their show. So I'm like, kind of just, if you was gonna put them together, that would have been a good time to. But other than that, it's just I don't care anymore.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Sorry,
I'm listening. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, even for this match, I did not care, not one bit. And even though the match was good, I still don't care because it's I don't care anymore. They would have had they had one promo, I'm assuming, before this match, and I'm sorry, but one promo is not gonna get me interested in the New Day.
Well, no.
Match.
To be fair, they've been hyping up this matchup for weeks, and they did have a good segment until before Riddle came and fucked it up last week. On Monday, and they had a real good back and forth segment before Riddle came and fucked it up. So they had that, but I do agree with you that the New Day have been stale. To the point where they need a refresher. I'm pretty sure Triple H and them know that, okay, because there are a lot of teams that do need some type of the New Day is stale. Hit Row's not getting over.
I wonder why.
Ain't no Swerve.
Yes.
Yeah. Street Profits is where the fuck they at? You know what I'm saying? They're in the win, and obviously he is trying to rebuild the tag team division, and I think that the New Day could use
I think it's over.
You think it's over?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna? Well, I mean, right now.
No, they're not gonna break up with them. I think their time is in the forefront is over.
Oh no! They don't need to be in the forefront anymore. I'm just saying, but you can still make them interesting and put teams over. Such as if you have a heel New Day, or if you have or you can build to a heel New Day, but right now you can use them to put teams over. Like the Vicarious just came back on this show. Or okay, we'll get to that. Uso try to go for a double splash.
Real quick. If we're being honest, teams I would kind of push more is El Phantasma. I push them because they're
Yeah.
still a young team that people don't really know about.
Yeah,
I
but
will push Los Lothorios. They're still a young team that don't get chance at all. I'll push teams like that like could potentially do something if you try, like you do something with them. Kind of like the Acclaim. Like nobody knew what the Acclaim was, then they just gave them a shot, and then they kind of just took it and ran.
but
You know?
but you've if you're getting the point, you don't got the Acclaim over.
That time.
No, it
Not
wasn't.
just the raps, because even though it was the raps, it was like people seeing them getting in front of the camera and kind of doing stuff than just these stupid.
I agree with that, and I'm saying that right now they went from having all these makeshift tag teams to him now. Like I said, this is not a full year Triple H booking show, so he's obviously booking different things. But right now he has some cracks in the foundation that he's trying to fix. Such as, look, right now the Usos is the top tag team in wrestling right now. So that right now you just brought back the Viking Raiders, who have some good heat behind, because people know who they are. They know about they've seen them before. You have Legado del Fantasma. The problem is he has to work on trying to get them over, because they're not as bad as hit row reactions, but they're getting hit row reactions. They're not which is
hit
nothing.
row's never getting over unless they get there's something happens. Them three members are not getting over.
Well, I just said that.
No, what I'm saying, like not 0%, like ever. They're not getting over ever.
But I knew that when it came back. Okay, I'm not
like
on the top dollar fever train. Like
you gotta add somebody or something. I even add somebody I don't fit, like a Sami Zayn in the like just having them three. Just oh my gosh, like I'm sorry, but when they came back, I was like, yeah, that kind of was a waste of a signing, low key. But you know,
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, like I said, because
so you enjoyed. Tell me 2 segments you enjoyed.
No,
since they've been back.
No, I have not enjoyed much of Hero since they've been back. Well, but what I'm saying, I'm not going to sit there and say it's a waste of a signing if you're going to get. Because first of all, as soon as you came back, it's like, okay, you could not help what happened with Swerve, and 2, but they never got a chance. Okay, if Triple H signs was like, okay, you give him a chance, it ain't working. So we got to figure out a way to get it to work. The same thing right now. There's a lot of people that Triple H has brought back on the roster to the point where you're like, okay, we got to see if we can give them a chance, and because Vince never gave them a chance, and now if they don't do well, we got to figure out how we can get them over. That's how you work with your star. That's the difference between NXT and the main roster. You put people out there, you give them a chance. If you give them a chance and they can get over, let's shoot them to the moon. But if they can't get over, let's work with them to find a way to get them over. That's the difference. Now, since he's on the main roster, you got to find different ways to help get these people over. And right now, but it ain't just going to be like, okay, Hit Row it doesn't get no reaction one week, and then it's like, well, let's focus on trying to get Hit Row a reaction. They're not the priority right now.
Obviously, because putting them in there with Maximum Male Models definitely is not helping.
It's like, look,
yeah, that's not gonna help them.
Maximum Male Models is not the priority. Hit Row is not the priority. New Day is not the priority right now. The priority right now is let's put the Viking Raiders in front. Let's put Legado del Fantasma in front. Let's
put
Brutes. Huh?
The Brutes.
Yeah, let's put the Brawling Brutes in front. Like let's do these kind of things to get to put those teams in front. And while we put them in front to have programs, because I'm pretty sure Sammy and Kevin's going to become a tag team eventually, so they can take on the Usos. I think that's what's going to happen. Let's do that in front, and then we can build a tag division. But we can focus on getting them over at another date. It ain't like it's just like Triple H is not that ignorant to this stuff, or he's not that tone deaf that he knows that Hit Row's going out there and not getting no reaction. And it's just like, well, what the fuck's going on? So if they're not getting no reaction right now, they're getting their ass beat. Anyway, hold on. Usos beat the New Day with the 1D after that happens, and they retain their championships. Nakamura takes on Santos Escobar, and this is another problem also. This match had a great finish because Santos Escobar gave Nakamura a phantom driver from like the middle rope. So that was dope. But you know what the problem was?
For Shinsuke?
Both of them. Because, number one, the main roster don't know who Santos is yet. I mean, and first of all, this is also... They started the Smackdown World Cup. And whoever wins the World Cup is getting a shot at Walter or Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. We think it's going to be at Survivor Series. We don't necessarily know. And this was the first match in the tournament. They had like
what they doing? Daily games, Survivor Series style?
Daily games. But yeah, they had the trophy outside, but it's the World Cup for SmackDown, and the winner gets the shot at the Intercontinental Championship. So Escobar, Nakamura's it. Nakamura has no direction right now. He's just there. Mm-hmm. Like he's just to help him.
He was
like
a member of Hit Row a few weeks ago, wasn't
he? Yep, and then he was on NXT a few weeks ago. Yeah, helping hand. He's like, I'm going to Japan in January, so that's all I know. And people don't really know Escobar like that. So it's like, okay.
I mean, at this point, people don't know Shinsuke either. The people they got a lot of new fans since 2018.
Yeah.
So it's like people really don't know Shinsuke because he haven't been there.
Exactly. So they have to, they have to build people back up. And of course, it's going to take a minute. Santos has to keep winning. And we'll see how he does through this World Cup. But right now, it's just like he's getting a reaction because he's Santos. He's a good wrestler, I'm saying, but it's not, I don't think it was where they wanted to be at yet. They had a 6-pack challenge with Liv Morgan, Shotzi, Sonya Deville, Xia Li, Raquel Rodriguez, and Lacey Evans. Oh, Veterans Day, got to pull out Lacey Evans. So, and once again, she got no direction. This match sucked because, first of all, there's nobody in this match that can believably even last a Ronda in the match because everybody know whoever.
Yeah, I would have just put them all in there.
Exactly, like just have a fucking 6-pack challenge at Survivor Series because this ain't gonna work. The only spot that was even worth talking about was Raquel Rodriguez had set up a table outside, and then in front of the table was some steel steps, and it looked like she was about to give a power bomb to. I think it was Lacey Evans or whatever the case was. No, not Lacey Evans. I don't know who it was. Sonya Deville. And then she's about to powerbomb her, and look like she's about to powerbomb her off the steel steps into the table. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan comes, and she tries to jump from the barricade. I mean, mind you, this table and steel step is set up by the announce table. Liv Morgan tries to jump, and her plan was to like do a cross body to Raquel Rodriguez on. She's supposed to fall off backwards off the steel steps through the table with both of them. That was the planned spot. Well, Liv Morgan did not even reach the announce table barely. Because she has no bunnies. Okay? That's not a spot that I would even... First of all, I was like, why are you jumping from the barricade? Why not jump from the announce table?
Who knows? Who knows?
And it was bad. Then Shotzi just a DDT on Evans and wins the matchup. And I was just like, okay, do I like Shotzi? Sure. Is she going to have a... do I care to see her versus Ronda? Absolutely not. Because Ronda going to wax that ass. And we know how that's going to be. Jinder comes out because Jinder Mahal's back. And there's another round for the World Cup against Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman started to get his ass whooped by Jinder in the beginning. But then Braun, choo and puts the train on. And then gives him a monster bomb. And then beats him. Braun Strowman then goes to the semifinals. Me personally, Strowman looks like he's going to be the clear winner to go up against Gunther. Because that's a fresh match. Look, I agree with you. I agree. I know you already know what you're going to say. But I agree with you. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
But wouldn't it be poetic to have one of those flippy floppers beat him though? Between like a Ricochet and an Ali, because Ricochet and Ali is going at it next week.
They're not gonna, unless it's by DQ. I don't see how that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I think they probably gonna do, because whether we like it or not, Strowman is over with the fans, and it'll be the first time Walter has had an opponent bigger than him. So they was really setting up for a Zelina Vega versus B-Fab match. Oh my god, I am so glad they stopped this shit, because first of all, we already see what B-Fab and Roxanne not Roxanne Perez, what was her name? Elektra Lopez. Yeah, look like.
Wow, what a
damn. I know I fucked that one up bad. I'm sorry, but Zelina Vega is a better wrestler than Elektra Lopez, but still, it's fucking B-Fab. It don't matter. Sarah Logan was at the top of the ramp, and the Viking Raiders come and they destroy Hit Row, and they destroy Legado del Fantasma. And then Sarah Logan hits a sickening headbutt to B-Fab, and they take them all out. And Sarah Logan has like the black makeup over her eyes, and she has the size of her head shaved, and that's how it ends. So,
no shoes.
I missed that part.
Yeah, no shoes.
So yeah, the Viking Raiders are back. I like the Viking Raiders. I like this dude. I like having Sarah Logan with them. What's probably going to happen is to get the Viking Raiders over. Most likely, they're going to beat Hit Row twice. They're probably going to beat them in a regular tag match, and then they're going to beat them in a 3-on-3 with B-Fab. I guarantee that's how it's going to happen. And they probably going to beat Legado del Fantasma the same way. That's my problem also. I want them to build Legado del Fantasma, but they're getting no reaction too. That's the problem. And I'm a little upset by that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, they gotta find, like, I know what worked on NXT is one thing, but you got to find a way to get these people over to this audience. And unfortunately, the way, like, I think Legado del Fantasma could benefit from being like what Tony D'Angelo was in NXT. Like the Mexican mob boss, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No,
I'm just gonna say something else.
No, like those little vignettes they had. Like, I think if Santos plays the role like the Mexican Godfather, and then of course the way Joaquin Wilde and what's the other one's name is dressed.
They changed his name, so I forget.
Oh god.
Del Toro.
Okay, and just have him and Selena be like, like the Godfather and the leading lady type thing, and you do like these little storyline vignettes of them trying, just doing Godfather type shit. I think that can get them over. Putting somebody that like maybe breaking up Street Profits and putting Angelo Dawkins with Hit Row may work, because they need somebody to lead them. Nobody's a leader on that team. I don't care what Top Dollar says. Nobody's a leader on that team. You need, since Swerve is not there, you need somebody to fucking lead them. All right. And I'm just like, shit. Like, people are begging, like, yo, Swerve, is your contract up yet? You sure? Hey. So, but they honestly, so the way SmackDown ends is Roman comes out here for a special moment to acknowledge the Usos, but they get interrupted by Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes. They talk some trash, but their mic's starting to go off, and Roman's like, you can't even talk shit because your mic is going off. And they start brawling, and then Drew McIntyre comes down, and then, they have a brawl going on. So that's obviously what the War Games match is setting up to be. It's going to be the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and most likely Kevin Owens.